Welcome back to Remember This Tech. In today's video, I'm going to be answering the question, can you game on a Xeon processor? You've heard of the i7-4770, basically one of those legendary chips that, still stands the test of time today. Still provides a good bang for the buck as far as gaming is concerned. What you probably haven't heard of is that there's another CPU out there that you can probably get for half the price. In this case today, I'm going to be using the E3 Xeon 1241 V3 CPU. It's comparable to the i7-4770. Xeon processor could be had for about half the price of the 4770. Base clocks on the i7 are 3.4 gigahertz and the Xeon is 3.5 gigahertz, both turbo up to 3.9. The Xeon actually pulls less wattage at 80 watts versus 84 for the i7. So I'm going to answer the question, can you game on the Xeon? Well, we're going to pair it up with a modest setup here. A cheap MSI B85M P33 motherboard that supports it. There's only 2 RAM slots, so we're going to go with 16 gig of DDR3. And we're going to throw in the LXR 256 gig SSD for the boot drive. This has SATA 6. So that should be okay. And we're going to pair it with the RTX4060 by MSI. It's an 8 gig card to make sure that it has a little bit of power to stretch its legs. I'm really excited. So let's get to this build. It's going to be simple, straightforward. We're going to test it, give some benchmarks in some games, and go from there. Come on, let's go. All right. We've got the system here. Cooler on. We're going to put in the RAM. I've got the power supply. Video out. Video card if it fits. It should fit. 16. 2 8 gig Crucial sticks. And this is just my test bench here. Nothing special. And what we're going to do is hook up this to the I/O. The Cooler Master V550 gold power supply. Technically the RTX4060 only needs 550 power supply to run, so we're going to see if it really can run on that. I had to use my other power supply on a different build, so this is what we're going to use. See if it powers up at all. Alright, here we are. Power it on, power it on, power it on. Let's switch to camera view. Here's the quick shot of the BIOS. This is the MSI military class 4 or whatever. And just the basic settings for setting it up, setting your RAM, 1600 megahertz, sees the CPU, 3.5 gigahertz, E3 1241, and basically we got to set up. You can have a mild overclocking, but that's not going to work too well with this Xeon. So let's set up the boot menu and get into Windows, shall we? But it's not that stripped down of a motherboard for the tiny value that it is. So CPU's 30 degrees Celsius. Let's get it going. Zooming along pretty good. So let's finish it up. And there you go. Cinebench R23 4257. It is about 570 points lower than the i7 1100, and that's not too bad. Alright, so let's do some 3D mark. Let's run Time Spy and get a benchmark on this system. Alright, 3D mark has finished. It says I have a legendary score. 10,674, 8471 for my score with the GeForce RTX 4060, 10,674 for the graphics, 39 0.05 for the CPU. And it looks like we got up to 3.9 for the max boost in a couple sections here. And it's 1440p. And we got 70 FPS for graphics test 1, 60 for 2. CPU score 3905, which you saw. And here's the FPS, temperatures for the GPU and CPU. What the CPU got up to, what did it get maxed out? I think it was 37, 38. GPU was 56. It's really quite good. So yeah, that is a really nice result. Unbelievable, in fact. So let's go on to the next. Alright, the next game up is Red Dead Redemption 2. We're going to do some online, we're going to do some free roam, we're going to do 1080p, maybe 1440, and alright, we're in free roam, and let's check the settings to verify what we have. I need to set them to 1080p. So okay, we're at 1440 right now, so we'll go to 1080p, 60 refresh rate, full screen, ultra texture quality, not bad, 100 FPS. How nice is that? So we're cruising along, 100 FPS. Not too bad. The snow for the winter theme is just kind of annoying. Kind of washes out all the graphics, makes your visibility pretty crappy. We got 16 gig of RAM, we're using 10 of that on the system, but we are using 4.5 of the 8 gig of RAM in the 4060, so hell. Whoa. It almost killed me. Let's get out of 1080p and let's go to 1440. I think I would probably die if I went down there the wrong way, but luckily there's little steps here. Whoa, it's like a train or something. Crashed train. Nothing in here, but interesting. Well, 1440p is good. I wish I could find something in these train wrecks though, like some gold bars. And it's getting nighttime, let's shut it off. Good test. Time to test Jedi Survivor on 1080p and then 1440. We got options, visuals. Alright, so graphics quality, resolution 1080p. Alright, great. Full screen. Let's shut the FPS counter off. Graphics quality is Custom, medium. Ray tracing, off. Multi-performance, NVIDIA, DLSS scaling. Alright, now let's start the capture. Ray tracing is off. Alright, we're up to 60 now. So we got 60 FPS. Alright, hold on. Let's set it to 1440. Alright, let's try Starfield at 1080p. Let's see. Medium settings. FSR2 is on. Reset the counter. Yeah, respectable 50 FPS. To be honest, I hate their lockpick system. I mean, it just sucks. So, I had to get in there. I don't have any picks. Great! Anyways, so we're getting 60 FPS, really respectable, and 1080p. And I think this game is 100% playable on this system setup. Now, this game's tough on systems, so interested in seeing how it does. And let's set it up for 1440p. Right here. And I guess let's see what medium settings can do and how they are doing, blah blah blah. Alright, let's head off to this mission in Starfield here, see if we can't, let me fix this. I mean, I think I'm supposed to go here. Oh wow, there's low gravity here. I don't know. Oh, I think I gotta kill these guys. I don't have many bullets for some of these. Oh man. So we're doing really well. But it looks nice. I don't know. Well, that game is perfectly playable at 1440. Alright, it's time to try Witcher 3 at 1080p. Let's see how it works on this system. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then we'll go on to test 1440. Here we are. I have to set this to unlimited. VSync off. Alright, let's start the counter here. FPS. Alright, 80 FPS. Let's ultra settings on.
It's rather similar to that other pillar with the projection.
Cyril, ni forte sol esser. Cyril, ni forte sol esser. Hey, Silla Kelpie.
Kelpie? Does he mean that sea monster?
No, that's what Ciri named her mare. Can't see any connection to Kelpie.
Must you touch everything? Geralt, are you all right?
You might say so.
$80 FPS. Might as well put it up to 1440p. So we're at 1440p, but we left all the graphics settings at ultra. So let's restart the counter. Yeah, it didn't make a difference. In fact, I need to check it because it just seems like it didn't take, but if it did, maybe it's capped? No? Hold on. Alright, double check the FPS now. Still steady 78, 70. Huh.
Unguard stamina! Do you think it's a mind game? You know, can you defeat yourself? Are you willing to? Perhaps these other people believe they are real.
Which one of you is real? Now focus on the fight.
Anything like that ever happened to you before?
Well, almost. A while back, a certain Doppler took a shot at impersonating me.
Yes?
Well, I think that we are 100% good at 1440p on this game, The Witcher 3. Look, the CPU is barely up to 60%. It's utilizing the GPU for real, but you know, that's what it's supposed to be doing. CPU is holding its own. Excellent. Alright, let's try Fallout at 1080p Ultra. And let's see. Looks like whatever you do is just capped. I don't know how to switch the VSync off or anything.
Hey there, friend. We're in some real trouble. Maybe you can help?
I'd be glad to help if I can.
It's these damn greenskins, the super mutants. Whenever they come through, we just have to run away or hide. They take everything they can eat and destroy most everything else.
The Fallout 4, I mean, it's capped at like 30 no matter what resolution I use, ultra high settings. But I mean, you know, you don't really need much to play it, so quad core or whatever, but one's great. So the last game we're going to test is Fallout 4, and we're going to go for maximum right now. We're going to start off at 1440p at Ultra, and there we go, best quality. Let's go, and let's play. Alright, let's start up the FPS counter. Like capped out here at 30. Let's try Company of Heroes 3, first at 1080p and then at 1440. Alright, we got 1080p. We will not limit the FPS uncapped. VSync is off, high and medium settings. Save. Alright, let's start this game. These CPUs in this game are super hard. I mean, you could put them at easy and have like 3 expert AIs on your team, and it seems to me, either I suck so bad or whatever, but they always beat the heck out of me.
Wilco, reinforces required, Commander.
We're like 115 FPS. It's pretty good.
In the field.
Riflemen reporting.
WSC going up. Reinforce that back wall. Engine quit lagging behind.
If you look, the CPU is barely hitting 69, 70 on some of the CPUs. Using 10 gig of RAM though. And the GPU is not even hitting 88%. So that's pretty good, right?
No route too challenging. Recon package will be here soon.
Make a decision.
And it looks like CPU is boosting up to 3800 megahertz, 3.8. It's not hitting 3.9, but I'm only pulling like 36 watts, so GPU is pulling like almost 90 watts. Game's playing awesome. We're gonna try 1440p here. Put this to uncapped. Off, high and medium settings, and let's go save and resume and start match. I got like an insane amount of FPS in this game.
Give it to him. Where's our goddamn flight route too challenging? Taking hits! Bastards! Scouts here! Heads down!
We've lost the scout squad.
Hey, Tiptoes! Listen up! Open fire!
Don't get
Secure
distracted.
the area!
Concentrate.
Crates of grenades are on their way to us.
Be ready! Hey, Tiptoes!
Cowards
Kill
are
those
shooting at
fucking
us.
squareheads!
Shoot back.
Heavy losses! Get her done! That means you, Tippy!
Requisitioning grenades for the front line.
This is getting out of hand!
Alright, well, this game's pretty much easy to play with these specs. Just easy, man. CPU is really not taking a hit hardly at all. It's just loving it. It's a great CPU. It's a great CPU. So my final thoughts on this Xeon processor for gaming. Well, I'm going to tell you, it was pretty impressive. I mean, it really held its own. No lags, no stutters. Played some of the top titles like Jedi Survivor. Had no problem playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and a lot of other games. So if you have a cheap socket 1150 motherboard, or you want to upgrade your processor from like an i3 on that system, you could technically get this CPU and put it right in there. As long as your BIOS and your motherboards can support it, you have a viable gaming system. Let's be honest, most people don't need a 16-core CPU unless you're, rendering or editing 4K videos, etc. For most people, this would probably do just fine. The CPU cost me under $20 on eBay. The motherboard is used, and basically I got mine for free, but you could probably pick one up for 25 bucks. 16 gig of DDR3, which is not new, but is still fairly fast, can run you around $25 or less. If you get it used, who knows, you might get even better value. The cooler, you could pick it up for around less than $25. It's an ID cooler on 214 series XT, I believe. If you wanted to throw in a 4060, that's running around $300 or less, depends on the sales. So for under $500, if you had to buy this, you could put it together. Most of that cost is the GPU. Realistically, would you go out and build this system just to build it for your main computer? No. Why? Because the motherboard is older, and you can get a comparable Ryzen system that would probably blow the doors off of it for the same price or less. And that motherboard would support a lot new features that this doesn't. Like you would get 4 RAM slots, you would get NVMe slots, faster USB speeds. Depends on how much you want to spend. But I'm saying that if you had this system and wanted to get more performance out of it, and you had an i3 or something, you could drop the CPU in there and extend the life of your CPU, because this thing still packs a punch in 2024. So thanks for coming along with me on this testing of this Xeon processor and answering the question of, can it game in 2024? The answer is yes, it can. So thanks for watching. Remember this tech.